Two kids from Queens, cut from a different cloth. Now joining forces, helping you to elevate your personal brand. Yeah, I'm talking about Nicky and Moose, bringing you a never-before-seen perspective into the mindset, the mentality, the behaviors, the driving force, but more importantly, the stories behind the people and brands that you know and love the most.
What's poppin', people? Welcome to Nicky and Moose. I'm Nicky. That's Moose.
What up, y'all?
Yo, Moose, how you feeling today?
I feel great. I'm excited, and we got another special guest on the line, so it's about to be awesome.
Yo, yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna go too deep into it because we have a whole intro about him, but he is the first person that made me think like trucking was cool. And mind you, those who don't know, like I have a father that's in the trucking, like he has a truck and all that great stuff, and so I never thought anything positive. Alix was the first person that made it like, oh man, I already said who it was. But anyways, all right, you know me, that whatever. But he's the first person that made it seem dope. Like, Moose, what you think about our guest who already said it was?
You know, it's branding and business done right when before you used to drive by trailers and you were worried about them hitting you. And then now you drive by trailers and you're like, yo, I wonder if that's my douche truck. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like a totally different association now. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Branding and business done right for sure.
Look, let's get into who we talking about.
Hey, for real, man. As y'all know, it's your boy E.T. And y'all know me, man, for real. Like, I don't be co-signing stuff. Y'all don't see me all over the internet with different people. You know what I'm saying? It's because I respect my name. I respect my brand. And it's everything. But every now and then, you know, for real, you come across, you know, good energy, you know, good people, good vibes. You know what I'm saying? So Alix came to us, man, a year or so ago, you know, in March. And I'm just so proud, man, of the work that he's doing, because my thing is, yo, it ain't about you. Yeah, okay, you could do it, but can you help other people to do it? And that's what he's done. It's the Christ model. Christ had disciples, you know what I'm saying? And so he's at a point right now where with the trucking industry, he's making living on your own terms a reality. You feel me? Get up when you want to get up, you know? Live where you want to live. Do what you want to do. And he's doing it with integrity.
The man of the hour. Hold on. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. What's up, Alix?
Man. What's going on, man? I appreciate that intro, man. What's good?
What's poppin'? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm so blessed, man. Blessed, humble, honored to be here. Thank you so much for the invite. I see some of my people checking in. What's good, y'all? What's going on, man?
Amazing. Look, so this is just going to be a conversation. Pretty much, I think I hear a little bit of echo, but we're good. Pretty much, I wanted to bring you to the show just to be like, look, we've been talking about branding, we've been talking about business, and we've been going over the greats, right? But I wanted to always make sure that we have people on here that you could touch too. And you're one of like the most easygoing, friendly guys I know. And like I said, the way you've branded yourself has been in a way that, like I said, makes trucking sexy for some reason. And that's not, and that's hard. That's very hard to do. You want to start? Actually, let's start it off right. For those who are core followers, for those who've been in this show 17 million times, or at least twice, right? You know, we always go about the brand behavior and we try to figure out what my man is. So you see it up, pilot, flight attendant, grounds crew, air traffic controller, right? Moose, a minute 30. Give our new people what each one means.
Yep. So here's the rundown, y'all. We know that while we have all four, these are the predominant styles or personality traits that we see amongst all humans, all personalities out there. So first, you're going to have your high pilots, motivated by a challenge. They like to get things done, and they are super results oriented. Then you have the flight attendant, and as I like to explain it, these are the people who are smiling, friendly, enthusiastic. They are enriching your experience, making sure you have a good time on your trip, right? Helping you to your seat. Whatever it is that you may need, they're there to help you with it. Once you have a seat, you're on the plane, you're comfy, you're ready to go. You look out the window, you see some people in orange and green vests that are packing the bags. They are packing beverages. They're making sure, like, you can't really hear them, but they are a big part of what's happening. They are the glue that keeps everything together. And just before you take off and everything is on the plane, you usually hear about the pilot saying on the intercom, yo, air traffic control is letting us know we're up next, or we got a couple minutes to take off. But air traffic control, those are the people who are making sure no two planes are taking off at the same time from the same runway, or not one plane is trying to take off and another one is landing, right? So they're all about the systems, the procedures, making sure that everything gets right or gets done right the first time.
Facts. Let's do some. You know what I mean? So look, I want you guys, based off the meeting so far, what you think my man Alix is, and then we're going to break it. Alix, don't tell him yet. We're going to break it all down. We're going to give him some clues with these questions that we're about to ask. Moose, you want to start it off?
Yep. Man, so I guess for maybe the few who don't know, Alix, give us a quick rundown, man, about just who you are, how you built what you have, and quick intro.
Man, from New York City, man. I'm 36 years old, and came down to Atlanta over 20 years ago. Got tricked to move down here by my mother. She sent me down here on summer vacation. I normally would come down here for summer break, and this one time she just sent me with extra bags, and I should have known with all them suitcases she sent me with, but she moved me down here, and from there I was working jobs and got fired from my last job, and I started promoting parties. That went really well for a real good time for about 4 years. I had an incident happen where I was just completely turned off from the nightlife, and we can get into that a little later. And then I began my entrepreneurial journey in trucking, and from there I've built my own trucking company after going out of business my first year. Went out of business that first year. Once I went out of business, I almost gave up. I almost was getting ready to shift into something else, into another industry, but something told me, give it another shot. You know what I'm saying? Did the research, figured out what I did wrong. And in 2013, a year later, I came back, and I came back with the 18-wheelers this time instead of the small box trucks. And from there, with the new information that I applied from my research, I was able to scale from one truck to almost a dozen now. So once I got everything running in my systems in place, 2015, I just decided I want to start helping people, man. I decided I want to start helping people, because especially my people, you know what I'm saying? Because this industry is very intimidating. Like Nicky said, it's not the sexiest industry, right? It's so funny because when I first put it out there that I was in trucking, people thought I fell off. They was like, how you went from this big promoter that was your name was on the radio every week here in Atlanta to now these dirty trucks, right? But I just was I was blessed to have the mindset of the long game, right? I knew I was gonna be able to be hosting parties, throwing parties when I was 50, right? I ain't about to be a nobody nightclub that old, so I literally just decided that I want to start helping people, man. And this thing done blew up, man. This thing done went a little crazier than I expected this soon. Like, obviously, I had a big vision, but if you would have told me that what's happening now in 2020 would be happening in 2020, I wouldn't have believed it. Even earlier last year, it's been a heck of a journey, and we can get into all of that. Yeah,
that's awesome. I ask one more question, and I'll throw it over to Nicky. In your opinion, what came first? Because you were in a different industry before, like you said, doing the promoting and really worked and blew up in that area as well. But then when you switched over to trucking, what came first? The building the brand or establishing the business offline?
Definitely the business. See, it was so funny because I actually had a break from, I don't want to call it the limelight, but I guess that's what it is. I had a break because when I first got into trucking, y'all, like, I didn't have to deal with the public. Like, I went from being in an industry where I depended on the public to make a living. These people literally, I had to hope people showed up to my nightclub to make money, right? And if it rained, it was a wrap, right? So I went from that to now being in an industry where it's a closed industry. I was dealing with my shippers, dealing with brokers. I didn't even have to have an Instagram to run my trucking company. Mm-hmm. So definitely the business. I had to figure out how can I secure my future, because I understood at age 30 that if I get it right now, if I get it together now and I get my business on point now, that will determine how the rest of my life is lived. So I can either put the work in now and chill later, or play around and having to work till I'm 50, 65 years old. And that just wasn't what I was trying to do. So definitely the business was like all that I was worried about for a while.
I don't know if you caught those bars.
I love that. That's crazy.
I don't know if you caught those bars, but
the funk flex is going on in here, man.
There was a few of them. But look, okay, Tag, I'm it. So you were a very successful promoter back in the day, right? Very successful. Kind of had some few people in the clubs that you brought in. Now, what did you take from the promoting to what your brand is now? Like what did you learn, and what skills kind of transferred over from promoting to now being the #1 trucking portal in this nation?
That's a really good question, and I'm gonna give you the answer. Throwing parties, y'all. I had to hire a DJ. I had to hire security. My club fit about 1,000 people. I had about 11 security guards. I had to hire 3 police officers, right? Promo team. I had a payroll. I had to manage people. And I didn't even know what I really was getting into when I started throwing parties. I just thought, I just got to get people to show up. It was literally an operation. And I looked up and I had 27 people on staff. I'm 24 years old. And that thing right there taught me how to, for one, be a leader, right? Because guess what? If anything go wrong in that nightclub, guess who they run into, right? If somebody fighting, if the artists ain't show up, if security guards ain't show up, and I had to I was the problem solver. So if I learned anything from throwing parties, it was, for one, learning how to build a team. Number 2, being a problem solver. That was probably one of the best things that I got, because there was no day the same. No week was the same. You don't know what's going to happen when 1,000 people is under one room. Mm-hmm. So I learned patience, and I learned breathe and execute. When something comes my way, when a problem presents itself, I just don't panic. Let's chill and let's figure out the solution. Let's not dwell on the issue. Let's find out the solution. And I've taken so much of those characteristics into my company now. So yeah. For sure.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those days again. It's gonna be one of those days. What you got, Moose?
Yeah. So, man, one of the things we really pride ourselves on covering with pretty much every guest that we have on, Alix, is this concept of self-awareness and authenticity. All right. And I feel that throughout your journey, there has been multiple opportunities for you to kind of really get a wake up call. Like, I was listening to some of your other interviews where it's like, man, you kind of hit the wall and had to start over. And that was a humbling experience. And I know usually at those times, we really become more aware of things that we probably may have taken for granted or just really didn't see. Like, some people think that it's neglect, and sometimes it's not neglect. Just talk about maybe some of the experiences that you have, and really more specifically for the listeners, how that awareness ended up, while at the time it may have not been the best feeling, it actually ended up helping you in the future.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long night, man. I can think of two, man. I remember living in Miami. After I stopped throwing parties, guys, I moved to Miami for a couple of years. Single, no kids. I'm like, it was my first time in Miami. I was like, ooh, like I seen the palm trees and the beach for the first time in Miami. I'm like, that was the last person out of all my friends to go there. So I literally went down there and fell in love with the city, moved down there, and I was living off my savings, and I literally went broke year 3 down there. Okay, this is approaching 2012, and I had a nice condo. I had a nice little water view. Life was pretty good. And then I got down to my last $5 grand and ended up having to humble myself and move back to Atlanta. And I actually had to move back into my best friend, Mr. 2 Weeks house, and I'm sleeping on his couch. So just imagine what being a big promoter, then moving to Miami. I'm talking about Miami during like LeBron days, right? Young Money was going crazy at that time. Live on Sunday had just started popping off, right? This was like peak Miami. Mm-hmm. And to go from that life to now having to sleep on my best friend's couch, probably one of the most humbling experiences in my life, man. And I had erased my social media, my Twitter. Like I just went dark, and I was just like, wow, like this ain't it right here. You know what I'm saying? And that allowed me the opportunity to learn, like, you know what, Alex, you got to respect money. You didn't respect money. You ain't have money management. You ain't have discipline.
Wait a minute.
How did you feel that? No, bring that back. Bring that back. I think that went over somebody's head right there. Bring that back.
Yeah. I'm just saying, just to go from living a life that I want to live, man, to going broke again and having to stay on my best friend's couch. And my best friend, he married. You know what I'm saying? He got a wife, he got kids. So it ain't like I'm just at my homie house just crashing. His wife got to see me, right? Shout out to Mrs. 2 Weeks out, right? So I just never forget, as I'm sleeping on this man's couch on month 3, I overheard a conversation outside the door, and I heard Mrs. 2 Weeks out. She was like, "Yo, how long your man gonna be sleeping on my couch, yo?"
No, she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
Yeah, I heard that, yo. I don't know if they thought I was asleep or what, but I heard it. Like, yo, how long your man, grown man, gonna be on our couch? You know what I'm saying? And I never forget that feeling, Nick and Moose. And I was like, yeah, I gotta get up out of here. So I had to humble myself even more. Now I'm moving my mother. And I went to mom's house, y'all. I was like, yo, mom, like, yo, just give me 6 months. Give me 6 months. I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out. I just need 6. My mom, old school Jamaican. She like, look, take your time. Our Caribbean family, they embrace us. Like, she like, look, stay longer. You know what I'm saying? But this is like a dream come true for her. But I know I'm a grown man. I can't be here too long. Let me just figure it out. So to answer your question and not to go too deep on you, the experience of being up here and then dropping all the way down to the bottom, let me know, hey, look, you got to respect money, man. And I've said this before, like money is like a female. If a man keeps disrespecting the female, what's she gonna do? She gonna leave.
Know your tone.
She gonna leave. I until you respect it, like we don't respect it until we don't have it anymore. While we got it, it's like it's burning a hole in our pocket. So that's what I learned from that.
Moose,
That's tough. You gotta respect money. That's a powerful wake up call. It's like, hey, excuse me, sir.
Right.
Wow.
How you gonna make me go after that? All right, cool. So here's my question. So New York, Atlanta, Miami, back to mom's. Like, what was the one place that impacted you the most, right? Because you had, and I don't want to get too deep into it, you had a near life-death experience kind of vibe in one spot. You went broke one spot. You were born and raised in another spot, came back to that spot. Like, which place you will always say, no, I learned the most, and this actually molded me a little bit more than the other spots. I had an experience in other spots, but this one right here, I am mainly who I am because of this place.
I guess I'm not gonna be able to avoid it. I ain't gonna be able to avoid this one. Atlanta, pre-Miami. The incident that happened where I almost lost my life. The reason that I left promoting clubs is because the lifestyle almost cost me my life. I met a female and regular night, you know what I'm saying? We decided that we was gonna hang out, and just to make a super long story short, the night we were supposed to hang out, I got set up. Her boyfriend followed her to my house. She was supposed to go grab something to eat. She was supposed to park at my house, and she when I got out the car, I got ambushed by 2 dudes, and I got stabbed 3 times in the back. And when that happened, you know, I didn't realize I was stabbed until I got to the hospital. I drove myself to the hospital. My seat was wet. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what. I got to the hospital, found out I got stabbed. Didn't know these people. You know, it was just the most craziest thing ever, man. And I just never forget, as I sat in the hospital, I was just like, you know what? I want something different for my life. I decided that that scene wasn't for me anymore. And it made me appreciate life on a whole different level. I had never had any type of confrontation in my life before. I never brought that type of energy to me. So to go from a life where I've never had a confrontation to now fighting for my life, it made me, that birthed good energy. That birthed it, because it was after that situation I decided that I'm going to be the best human that I can be. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not procrastinating on things that make me happy anymore. And I'm going to love on my family and my loved ones more. I'm going to be more intentional on showing them love. I'm going to appreciate the time. I'm going to go see my mom more. I'm not going to act too busy for my mom like I used to. Right? So literally me almost losing my life created the shift of this whole good energy movement. So I would say that if I could go back to April 6, 2008, I would go back to April 6, 2008 and let the whole thing happen again and get stabbed all over again. Because that's when I started like, you know what? There got to be a shift that literally caused it. So that would have to be it.
Wow. It's that theme, man. That perseverance theme is powerful, and I know you're a New Yorker at heart, so that's always it's good to reunite over that. Now, talk to us about as you started transitioning into the business world, right? Like you kind of found your footing at first. You started with a box truck, right, in the trucking industry. That didn't go well. You like started redoing it, worked it out, and then you really found you found your spot, you found your sweet spot. Talk to us about the growth from going to you winning, you making money, you figuring out, and of course your drivers are, having access to a stable job and all of that. But then that aha moment comes where maybe the brand, the concept of the portal and the expansion becomes an idea. Talk to us about how that concept, even came to mind. Like, yo, I can really teach others to get on the path to some level of having their own sustainable business.
This is gonna be good. So check this out, y'all. Great question. Man, yo, when I finally stopped taking them L's, guys, and I started finally seeing profits. Once my profit and loss statement started showing positive for the first time, right? I was like, man, I see why people that come into my industry fail. Like it clicked, and I just kept saying, like, man, like I remember going on Google and going on YouTube trying to find information, and it literally I had to learn from trial and error. That's how I really learned how to get my business popping. So, yo, once I got it like rolling in 2015, I was just helping friends, y'all. I want y'all to understand it wasn't no business plan for what's happening right now. This wasn't a business plan. This was literally like the most organic thing you can ever imagine. Like I started helping friends. Once I started making money, I literally wanted to get my friends out the streets. I had friends that I loved that was still selling drugs. So I'm like, yo, bro, like I started asking them, like, what are you making? Like, what are you making to risk your freedom in your life right now? And then when I would hear the numbers, I'm like, I made that this month off my truck. So I remember showing my man
first of all, you're not gonna
like,
speed
yo, bro,
past
what
that
you
like
made?
you just.
Go ahead.
I remember showing my man, like, yo, what you made? Here's my spreadsheet. I made this legally though. And And I'm not paranoid. I don't gotta worry about somebody knocking my door. So put my man on. And this is when I first got on Instagram. I just shared it on Instagram like, yo, I helped my man Danny get a truck. I had a picture. He was putting the little numbers on the truck. Somebody DM'd me, yo, I was thinking about trucking. You think you could show me? Now I was like, yeah, I got you. I did my first one for free. I didn't even know about charging for consultations and all that. I was like, yo, just come through. I got you. But then after the fifth person hit me, I'm like, okay, this is getting a little time consuming here, right? So I never forget this lady. She was a lawyer. She came up under the Johnny Cochran law firm. All right. She came to me. She was like, hey, look, I'm trying to. Can I compensate you to show me how to do what you showed everybody else? I said, I didn't even know what to charge. I was like, yo, just give me $1,500. I got you. Trained her. Bet. After I put her on the page, it started getting crazy, guys. So now, 2015, 2016. If you go back on my page, if you just scroll back on my Instagram right now, you'll start seeing me posting different people like every 2 weeks. I'm showing them like, yo, it started getting fun to me. Like, yo, this is fun. Like, I'm showing people they making money. Like, yo, I like how this feels. Yo, 2018 gets here. I'm probably about 50 clients deep at this point. I'm killing it. I went from charging $1,500 for that first person, for that lady. I jumped up to $3,000. I jumped up to $5,000, and then it got so crazy, y'all, to the point where I had to go up to $10,000 because the waiting list. I had a 9-month waiting list, y'all. Okay, so I'm charging $10,000 a client with a 9-month waiting list. I got people mad at me because I can't take their money right now because I didn't want to stretch myself too thin. I wanted to make sure I focused on the quality over the quantity. And in 2018, man, I was at home, y'all, and my brother Gaston sent me this link. It was a link to this cruise, and the cruise is called Phenomenal Life by this dope dude that I always used to see on YouTube called Eric Thomas.
Go ahead, get going. You ain't gotta stop.
Yo, I just had to let it breathe. So look, I never forget. I had been watching his videos. When I went out of business, I told y'all when I went out of business that first year, I would watch that Guru story literally like every other day or so to get me pumped. Because I was damn near on a state of depression. I was damn near on a state of like, I'm just going to go back to work. So when I saw the cruise, I'm like, it's $5,000. I had never spent that much money on no vacation before, especially 6 months out. I'm more so of a like instant gratification. Like I need to, I'm a, you know what I'm saying? I'm an Amazon Prime type of buyer, right? I spent the $5,000, y'all. I said, yo, my girl at the time, shout out to Batiste, man. I was like, yo, we going on the cruise. So bought the cruise. I get to the cruise, y'all, and I just wanted to get some motivation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going there to take pictures and all of that. I just wanted to get that motivation because at this point I'm making money right now, but I just need some mindset tools. I need some, just an extra push and see if there was something that I could do better. Third night on the cruise, I think Nicky was there. I don't know if you was there, Moose, but I hadn't even met you yet, Nicky. But I think it was day 4 of the cruise. I was outside the ship. I was outside on the dock. We was at a restaurant. I'm sitting down there eating. CJ, who I didn't know at the time who he was, sat down next to me with his wife. Jamal King sat down next to him with his wife. Josh sat down next to him with his wife. They was like, hey, what do you do? Just casual conversation. What do you do? And I told him what I do. I said, I got a trucking company, and I consult and I help people. And CJ was like, okay, so how do you consult them? I said, in person. And he was like, ooh, you do it in person? I said, yeah. He was like, oh, you're not online with it? Like, you don't have I was like, no, what is that? Like, CJ was the one, you guys, to tell me you need to get from doing one-on-one consultations and you need to put it online so that you can help more people and that you also can not spend as much time. And I was terrified, Joe. I was like, man, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I do one-on-ones. Like, I go to the dealership with my clients. I help them pick out the right trucks. I help them, hire the drivers. I'm like, I'm not doing no one-on-one. I mean, I'm not doing no online. Like, I don't even take online courses. But he convinced me, guys. He convinced me. He told me what to do. I did it. I hit him up 3 months later. I said, "Yo, we done." He looked at it. He said, "Look, man. Not only did you execute and actually do what you said you was gonna do, it's phenomenal." And he was like, "So not only am I gonna show you how to put it out, we're gonna put it out on our platform. We're gonna put it on Breathe University. We're gonna have E get behind it, and we're gonna get it stamped, and we're gonna do it together." So it's just ironic that the person that I was listening to, who helped me get out of that depression, who helped me not give up in trucking, is now my business partner in the portal. So shout out to ET, man.
This guy is just deep for no reason, Moose. This guy is deep for no reason. His own pauses and everything. Alix, so there was a time that you said you went dark and got off social media. You got off everything. Now you have one of the most amazing tribes out there, as far as, I mean, you got random people being like, trucking, Alix, a good energy, I love him. Like, yo, you work at the bodega. What are we doing? Like, what happened? Like, how are you so gung-ho about trucking? Talk to us about how you built that tribe. How, like, I know there were certain points where you like went viral off of some of the appearances that you've been on, but what was something that you did that build that loyalty and trust to gain this hardcore tribe that you have?
Two things. And I want everybody on here to know that I didn't get these questions beforehand. This is super organic. I love these questions, man. Two things, Nicky. One is transparency. Not selling nobody dreams. I let people know the good, bad, and the ugly about my industry. I let people know this ain't an easy industry. This is one of those industries where there's a lot of moving parts. Mm-hmm. And what makes the successful companies are when all those parts are moving in synergy. Mm-hmm. Right? So I think that people respect the fact that I'm super, super transparent. But the second thing, which is probably one of the biggest things, y'all, is, and shout out to my tribe, shout out to my family, my good energy family. 2 words: over deliver. I over delivered, y'all. You know, if for 10 was required, I went 50 on it, right? Because I just feel like people will complain if they pay for something and they didn't get enough, versus if they paid for something and they got more than they paid for. Right. So that was literally my mindset when I created my programs. I want to over deliver. I want people when they buy into good energy and they see what we created for them, I wanted them to feel like they robbed me. That was my goal. I want you to feel like when you log in for the first time and you see the homepage and you start diving into information, you like, yo, that's all I paid? Right. And that's what's been happening, yo. So I honestly, I think that's what it is, man. I got the dopest clients, polished, right? Diligent, coachable, business-minded, understand business. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna take the filter off a little bit, yo. Like, I got the most expensive course in trucking, right? And I've heard backlash from, I guess, the other people that are in my space that do the similar things that I do, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. But when I tell you, Nicky, it's something about the high ticket items that attract a different type of clientele. So I don't know.
First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
No. Bring that back. Bring that back. Because some people, there's people scared to give that price tag for their programs and their services. Bring that back. There's something about that.
Yeah. Nah, I was just saying that, you know, when you have a high ticket item, right? You have a high ticket item, it attracts a different type of client. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with that. Because these people that's in my portal that spent that $2,000 and they pay that $200 a month, yo, first of all, they executors. Because let me tell you something. If you invest $2,000 online in somebody that you don't know personally, You've done your research on the company. You're like, I'm gonna go ahead and invest in myself. If you invest $2,000 in yourself, yo, you a different type of person. So when I tell you, I got executors in my portal, and I tell them all the time, like, yo, the way you pay me back is to take the information that I gave you and run with it and do something with it. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I got my portal members. If y'all in here, love, man.
Yeah, they in here. They're
Love,
commenting.
man. Like it
They're
ain't.
commenting.
Yo, this thing they got deeper than me, Nicky. They made this portal what it is.
Right.
I started it, but these people, you should see my Facebook group. It's unbelievable how these people are helping each other, sharing resources. I would let all these people in my house right now. They all polished.
Look. Moves.
Good energy.
Good energy. This was gonna be a good
energy.
one.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. Talk to us about now another part of the expansion. Like I noticed just recently at the top of the year, maybe even late last year, you put out an extension of your brand, right? Like allowing the clothing line, right? You did a nice launch with the clothing line and started really making it a brand, right? Like that it's something that people can feel that they are a part of it. And I noticed that every good business at some point it gives people a sense of belonging, right? So again, we see branding a business done right because they really go hand in hand. And I noticed from a business standpoint, while I'm sure it was lucrative, not a lot, but whatever the case may be, it's more so about that concept of I don't have to make a dollar behind every single move that I make. Sometimes giving something to my people that makes them feel like they're a part of the family, that can help me in the long run. And then I noticed there were other, projects that you're a part of now that are also, a give back type of project. Talk to us a little bit about that. Like at what level do you start saying, all right, I'm good, my people are good. Now, what more can I do? And what did you do in that standpoint?
Nah, indeed. So to answer the first part of the question, good energy lifestyle. Again, I told you where the good energy was birthed from. And, in trucking, man, again, no filter, y'all. My drivers, when I first started, were my biggest headaches. I had some of the, I don't want to say mean, but they were a little different, right? Mm-hmm. And I just remember being stressed out. And one of the main reasons I was stressed out was because my drivers and their attitudes at that time. So I changed the name of my company to Good Energy because I wanted to take my personal mindset and transfer it over to my business. Meaning that, if your energy ain't right, I don't care how qualified you are. You can have your CDL for 30 years. If I interview you, if I go meet you and your energy ain't right, I'll pass. So I literally brought the Good Energy to my business. So what happened is the name is real. It's a lifestyle. Good Energy ain't tied to trucking. It ain't tied to Alix. That is literally a mindset and it's a lifestyle. So I realized that everybody ain't in a position to get a truck. I get so much love on the gram, y'all. And I was like, you know what? I need to be able to share this good energy with the people who ain't in the market to buy a truck. I just wanted to give them something that they could put on and they could feel it as well. Because I feel like when you got on a shirt that say good energy, you got to like damn near like, you know what I'm saying? You got to really give it off. So I just wanted to just share that with the streets. So we created the clothing line. October 11th, y'all. I decided I wanted to do it. I wanted to use the best fabrics, the material is just the best quality hoodie that you could find. Because I'll again over deliver. If I'm gonna do it, let's do it right. So we dropped it, and we dropped it literally 30 days later on 11/11 at 11:11 a.m. And boy, let's not get it went crazy. It went crazy, man. So it's just been a blessing. So shout out to everybody that supported the Good Energy merch at Good Energy Lifestyle, and then I just got to a point, y'all, once I was like really rolling, y'all, and everything was consistent. I was like, I started losing motivation for just money. Like that wasn't like, that didn't do anything for me anymore. After a while, once I reached certain goals, I was like, yo, it got to be something a little deeper. So I always had a big heart. I always wanted to give back, but I never knew how I could. But then I looked up one day and I was like, yo, I was watching the news and I seen that Flint, Michigan had a water crisis where there was lead poisoning in their water. And I'll never forget, I was watching the news that night and it hit me hard. And I'm like, man, how can we get some water to these people? Like, why is this like this? This ain't no third world country. Like, and then I realized the demographics that was out there. And I was like, yo, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my truck. And I want to send water with my trucks to Flint, Michigan. So we birthed the Fill a Truck Foundation. I put my truck out there in Atlanta, made the announcement on Instagram. Hey, look, if anybody wants to donate water to Flint, Michigan, meet us at this address. The whole city came out, man. We had a line from the Kroger's all the way to the exit to 75. We ended up having to bring 3 trucks. It was only one 18-wheeler. We ended up filling 3. We sent almost 1 million bottles of water to Flint, Michigan. And we've done that about 4 times now, as well as when Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, we sent aid out to Houston as well to help them out with the hurricane. And if you ask me, what is your biggest accomplishment to date? A lot of people would think it's the success of the portal. A lot of people would think it's just how big the brand has gotten, etc. My biggest accomplishment was being able to use my vessels to help these cities.
Sheesh. All right.
1 million bottles of water. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Shout out
crazy.
to ET too. He helped me out with the last one. He came out there and passed the water out with me, man. It was amazing. Y'all could follow the nonprofit page at Fill the Truck Foundation.
Sheesh. Alix, you have a really dope network. Like, I think your best friend has mad followers. His wife has mad followers. You like, your whole crew are full of influencers, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about how just your network, how your friendships and people you've grown to be friends with, like, talk to me about the network that you have and how important it is to grow your brand and to bring awareness to what you're doing.
Oh man. Shout out to Mr. 2 Weeks Out, Mrs. 2 Weeks Out, Jason Halani. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Marcus, shout out to Rob, shout out to, man, the people y'all see me with. If y'all see them on my page, I rock with them, man. And it's so crazy because everybody is all aligned at the same time on this journey. Everybody is like at the peak of their careers right now. It's the weirdest thing ever. All my friends, we all are in different industries, but we're all plateau, like reaching heights right now. And we just motivate each other, man. We literally get on the phones. We share our numbers. We share our wins, our losses, and we just motivate each other, man. It's just so amazing, man, to see where we came from. And, as far as the new network, I've been intentional with my new network. I realized that in order for me to take it to the next level, I have to surround myself with people who are achieving even more than me, right? I had to do an audit on my circle. I literally did an audit on my circle, and it ain't like I got Hollywood on nobody.
First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Yo, we're gonna break this down because some people need to do an audit right now. Break that down, Alix.
Yo, I did an audit on my circle, y'all. And again, I didn't cut off any day ones or anything like that. I just prioritized the access. All right, if that makes sense. I had to really do an audit on who I allowed to have access to me and who I exposed myself to. Shout out to Jamal King, 9 to 5 millionaire. Jamal dropped the biggest jewel on me in my life, yo. He told me, he said, look, man, your level of exposure determines your level of success. He told me that when I first met him on a cruise 2 years ago. And it stuck with me. It stuck with me, right? And so now I am making sure that I am intentional on who I expose myself to. So let me tell y'all something, man. The reason that I can't take all the credit for the success that I've gotten, first I'm gonna give it to God. But the second thing I'm gonna give it to is the people that I'm around, yo. Like, I can't slack. If I slack, I'm hearing and I'm conversating with people that's operating on a high level. It makes you uncomfortable if you slack. Like, I get uncomfortable when I have a bad month. Once I hear what everybody else is doing. So if I could share anything with you guys that's watching right now, yo, do an audit on your circle, man. Okay? If they bring your energy down, they don't deserve access to you. They no longer have access to you effective immediately. We only here one time. We get one shot at this thing called life. How dare you think I'm going to just let you bring my energy down? You're not just going to come and just take from me.
Sheesh.
When I sit down with people, if I'm sitting down to do a meeting, the first thing I want to know is like, look, how can I add value to what you got going on? We'll get to me in a minute. What you got going on? How can I add value to you?
Right.
So when two people who are interacting, if their main objective is to add value to the other person, that's magic, yo. And that's the type of people I'm surrounded with, man. That's the type of people I'm surrounded with. We call each other.
Sheesh. Moose.
Yeah. What are people saying in the chats, by the way, in terms of what they think?
I've been putting it
Brother
up.
Alex
I've
is
been,
here
I've
in
been
terms
putting
of his
it up.
flight assessment.
We ain't there yet.
Forgot about that.
You want to do the speed round first, or you want to get straight into? You call it.
Yeah, let's do the flight assessment piece first.
All right.
Let's do the flight assessment piece first.
All right, so let's do it like this, people. We've been giving you clues. We strategically ask certain questions so you could try to figure out what my man is, right? So you see the characters: pilot, flight attendant, grounds crew, air traffic controller, right? So what do you feel? And start commenting. I would love to know, and we're gonna let Alex knock him down one by one of what he's not, right? Knock him down. But what do you feel Alex is based off all the things that he has said? Have you caught some of the key words that we've done in the past shows? And what Moose said earlier, some people are saying pilot. Okay, I see what you're saying. Everybody's saying drop. Hold on, let's acknowledge this real quick. Dropping gems. Let's just acknowledge that. All right. So, which one? Hold on. Wait. Let me get this right. Which one can we get rid of first, Alex?
Grounds crew.
No. What? Wait. Nope. Grounds crew. Not it. Not it, people. Not it. All right. Moose, did you think he was a grounds crew?
Nah.
Nah, not at all. All right. I got a lot of people saying air traffic controller, flight attendant, pilot. Okay, all right. So, second one. What can we get rid of?
Air traffic control.
What?
But what about the portal?
Right.
Portal, that sounds super systematic.
Okay, hold on, real quick. Let's break that down real quick, because the portal, and shout out to the portal members. I want no smoke, because if I was to ever say anything bad, every time I go on this live, I definitely say something positive about the portal, because y'all are like some Beyonce people. I am not messing with y'all, all right? But that portal is systematic to the core. Like, you got PDFs. It's not just like you look at E's portal, which is all videos, to yours, which is video, PDF, video, PDF. Like, you made sure those handouts are there. But real quick, like, was that you? Did you bring in somebody? I mean, what happened?
Yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to V, man. Put them PDFs together. We sat in the room, y'all, for 4 months straight till 2, 3 in the morning, 6 nights a week. We took Sundays off. And yo, I literally would just talk the information, and she typed it out. I do all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't do PDFs, I don't type, I don't do all of that.
Right.
My handwriting is trifling,
Right.
right? So yeah, I had a air traffic control on my team, and still on my team to this day.
Hold on, hold on, Moose. Did you catch that? The fact that he's not an air traffic controller, he did not try to take that
Right.
on himself. He got a team to
Yeah.
to make sure that that part was taken care of, and he became #1 trucking portal in the U.S. because he knew how to have a team. I just
Fire.
want listen. All right. So we got the final two. We got the final two. So everybody start commenting. I see the portal members are like, and the
See
mastermind
'em. I
calls.
love y'all so
Here
much,
we go.
man.
And the mastermind calls bring it to life. Like portal is straight fire. Look, we're gonna get into where you can get that and all that great stuff. I'm not.
I want to say something about that too. Hold your thought right there, Nick. I
Go
just want
ahead.
to say something about these comments right here. I just want people to know, for the people that are watching this live right now, for the people who have a business, if you have even an online course, whatever it is that you do for a living, guys, what you're seeing right now in the comments is the results of over delivering. Okay, I can sit here and talk about my portal salon blue, but what are the people saying? Right? If you go on Google and you Google Good Energy Worldwide, we had 100% 5-star reviews. We've had over 1,000 people sign up. I've only had one refund request. Okay, and that's because he worked. He was in Afghanistan and his Wi-Fi didn't work or something. Right? When you over deliver, you guys, this is the feedback and the support that you guys get. I just wanted to say that real quick. Yeah, shout out to my portal members, man.
Shout out to the portal members. Like I said, I don't want no smoke. So, okay, last two. We got pilot and flight attendant. Let me get it ready. Let me get it queued up. Alex, what are you?
I'm a flight attendant.
Hey! People, he is a flight attendant. All right. For everybody who said that he was a pilot, you were wrong. But at least you got this. You got the second one.
I turn the pilot on when I need to though, but yeah.
So okay, so this is I wanted to bring this up real quick now that part is over. So you started going live, right? A little bit more consistent. And it is very apparent that you are a flight attendant, but you got some pilot. And I think and Moose, tell me if I'm wrong, like I feel like a good amount of the New Yorkers that we know have a strong like pilot or air traffic control that kind of gives that attitude, because when Alex is in his bag, people, like he is telling you what to do. He is like, yo, why you don't have extra streams of income? Like I don't even want to talk to you if you're not part of this. I don't need you to be part of the portal. I need you to get an extra. Like I was like, oh, what happened to the smiley? What happened? What happened to good energy? My man just went straight. Okay, I'm here for this. I think is it safe to say, Moose, that like at least if you the New Yorkers we know have that kind of like I'm gonna get, because you started to have it too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think it comes natural from being in the city, man. You know, you start to realize that you develop some thicker skin, I guess you call it.
Facts. Moose, what's up with the speed round? Let's go.
All right, Alex. So I'm usually the more serious one, asking deeper questions. So I try and kind of put together something based on, what we know about you and what you shared that can kind of get you thinking a little bit. And basically, it's 7 questions. You got 90 seconds on the clock, and I'm firing the questions at you, and you just got to choose one or the other. If you have a quick kind of, reason why or backstory, share it. But we're gonna combine what you've shared with us today to make it happen. You ready?
So I'm just picking A or B, right? Okay.
Yeah, you just I'm gonna throw it at you, and then we take it from there.
Let's get it.
I got the
right.
clock. I got the clock. You want me to start it over? I got the clock. You
Nah,
see it?
keep it running. Keep
Go,
it running.
go.
Keep it running. Here we go, Alex. All right. So I know you said New York. Spent some time in New York. Knicks or Nets?
Knicks.
Okay. So 2019 Hawks. I know the season got cut short, or 2012? Heat when you first moved to Miami.
2012.
Okay. So Nas or Jay?
Jay.
Okay. I know the story about your first party now. Jagged Edge or 112?
Jagged Edge.
Vacation house by the ocean or a house in the mountains?
Ocean.
Okay. Sticking on the luxury life, steak or lobster?
Steak. I don't eat lobster. I'm weird.
All right. Final question, man. If a famous person to play you in a movie about your life, who and why?
Mace. And just because, man, I wanted to be Mace. Literally, I wanted to be him. That was my guy. I loved his energy when he was on top. Yeah, and his energy, his smile. Yeah, that was my guy right there.
That's dope. Good stuff, man. 9 seconds left. Got it in. That's what's up.
Hey, look.
That was fun.
Alix, it has been a pleasure. No, let the people know who is not a Portal member, right?
Yeah.
Let the people know where they can jump in this portal, how they can get an extra stream of income, how important it is through COVID. Like, talk to the people real quick.
Oh yeah, real quick, man. I got into trucking, guys, because I wanted a business that, for one, was essential. I was saying this word essential before COVID even happened, guys. Honestly, we're an essential business. When everything shut down in the world these last 4 months, guys, our trucks are still rolling. And I feel really good knowing that I'm secure in an industry that isn't going anywhere, that if the truck stopped, the whole world will stop. So I just want you guys to know that it's intimidating. When you see these big trucks, all you see is big trucks and you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We have literally broken it down for a 10-year-old. Okay. We broke this thing down from A to Z. I hate to use it as a comparison, but I literally feel like it's the Holy Bible to the transportation industry. All right. If you're interested in learning this game and having ownership and listen, I want you guys to understand, I don't have a CDL. I've never driven a truck before, and I still don't have a CDL, and I'm never getting one. Right? I'm going to show you guys how to move the chess pieces and just earn income while I'm at home right now, while I'm on this interview with you wonderful people. I have 9 trucks that's rolling right now as we speak, generating me income that I'll be able to get in my account tomorrow, guys. I want to show you that, yes, we're minorities in this industry, but we don't have to just be the drivers. We can actually have ownership in this industry. So, again, just shout out to all my portal members, man. We had a slow period during COVID. Now that the states are opening back up, the rates literally have shot through the roof now. We had a call last week where our portal members were sharing their numbers and showing how much profit they're making. We had some people that made upwards of $4,000 profit per week, you guys, at home, right? So if you're interested in getting in this game, definitely link up with us, man. GoodEnergyWorldwide.com, right? GoodEnergyWorldwide.com. We got the main complete portal for the people that's trying to get a truck. But if you're just trying to get in the game and you ain't in the position to buy a truck, you're like, look, I just want to get my feet wet, right? We got the dispatch mastery course, and that's going to show you how to play air traffic control, right? Just what air traffic control is to a plane is what a dispatcher is to a truck. We're going to show you how to book loads and how to become a dispatcher where you can earn income simply by just booking loads and handling the day-to-day operations for a trucking company. I'm going to show you how to do that, how to make 6 figures a year doing that. So it's a one-stop shop, you guys. So again, man, I'm humbled at the opportunity to be on this platform. I saw Jamal on here last week. I saw the production. I'm like, what in the Tyler Perry films is going on? Like, the production is crazy with the intro. So I'm just excited to have been able to do this episode with you guys, man. And y'all about to take it to a whole new level, man. Like you talk about the last 2 years has been crazy for me. Like Nicky, like you like a whole nother person right now. I'm just enjoying watching your growth, and just seeing how you've been just adding so much value to the community. Like we need y'all. Moose, you out here, you doing the assessment, rolling around with E, serving. We need y'all, man. Like what y'all do is necessary, and I'm just happy that I could be able to reach out to y'all anytime, man. Yeah.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Moose.
Like I said, I know better than to try and follow up on a mic drop. Al, man, thank you so much for jumping on, man. This was fire. Appreciate you sharing the gem.
Wait,
I
got
think one
more.
thing I
got one
took
more.
is
I
the
got one more. I got one
audit
more.
your circle. I'm
got-
like, ooh,
Moose, I got one
audit
more.
that circle.
Moose, I got one
My
more.
bad. Go for it.
Alex, what's
Yeah.
next?
What'd you say?
What's next?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
Honestly, man, right when COVID hit, guys, I was getting ready to go on tour. Thank you. Let me say this on this platform, Nicky. Thank you for giving me the courage and forcing me to start going live on Instagram. I got to say that because I was never gonna go live. I was just like, oh, that's weird. Like I thought it was weird. Like, what am I gonna go on there and talk to the phone about? Like,
Right.
and now my lives have literally taken the brand to a whole new level. And it's made me comfortable with speaking to people. And I did my first live speaking engagement in Atlanta, and you were actually there. And I think going live gave me the courage, and it actually gave me the confidence to be able to start speaking. So I was literally getting ready to go on tour right before COVID happened. I was booked for 9 cities. I was getting ready to go on tour with Earn Your Leisure, right? Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. And COVID happened. So what's next for me is once outside opens back up and we get to this new normal, I can't wait to tear down these stages, man. Right? I can't wait to tear down these stages. I got some big boy interviews coming up on some major platforms. I don't want to. Some of y'all know already, but I'm gonna let it happen.
Lower your tone.
And
Hold on.
yeah, major. I'm talking about And then so I got that coming up, and we got the broker portal for the people that want to be a broker. I linked up with the best brokers in the game to give that information. We just want to be a one-stop shop. It's a lot of weird stuff going on in my industry with people coming in here with weird intentions, and I just want to keep the genuineness and the quality information for my people. So I'm literally linking up with the big dogs in all sides of my industry to bring the information to the people. So the broker portal is dropping next month for the people that just want to be a broker. Man, I got some big stuff coming up for the portal. I'm working on a master contract. I got a lot of stuff going on right now, man. So just keep watching, stay locked in. Thank y'all so much for motivating me and sending me all the love y'all do on Instagram, man. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Look, get into the portal. Go follow my man Alex. Where can they find you?
Oh yeah, at Alix _good energy, and Alex is spelled ALIX. Shout out to my mother for making it unique. You know what I'm saying? It ain't ALEX, it's ALIX.